To recap, I bought a cheap '07 X5 with a lot of issues. The first thing I tackled was the transmission. Once it was sorted, I replaced the rear air springs. And now, since it drives well, I'm going to do an oil change and tackle a few other things. It is a glorious morning before work, and I don't know when the oil was changed, so the E70 is getting an oil change. So I'm going to let it drain while I'm at work. This is an 8 M&M. Ugh, really? I should not need this much leverage to get a drain plug out. All right. So that is gonna drain until I get back from work. How is it I make a mess every time I do an oil change? I am back from work and my post-work activities. I'm going to take off the filter now. That is a 9mm. Let's see if this comes off a bit easier. Drain pan ready. And it did. While that's draining, I'm going to wipe this up a bit. It's crazy. It drained all day and it still wants to seep. I might let it drain overnight as well, but that'll be a bit excessive. It's still dripping, but I'm going to go ahead and take off the filter. This is a big old 24. What in the world? Am I doing something wrong? No, it only comes off one way. Let's give it another shot. Why is it on so tight? That's crazy. It does not want to come off. I'm going to try one more time, and then I'm going to employ other methods. What in the world? I don't know how long this car sat, but this is not what I had planned for the evening. So this is a fail. There's not a good angle to access it at. So I might just have to get a bigger oil filter socket / wrench and pull that off because it's slipping like crazy on this. For better or worse, tonight is not one of those nights where I want to give up on something. So I'm going to keep trying with what I have. Doesn't seem to work either. Just deforming the plastic. So that is a 23mm. This is just a last ditch effort because I'm gonna get a new one. But let's see if this works. It doesn't. Wow, this is incredible. It really does not want to come off. I'm just in one of those moods. I don't want to go to bed with this thing on there. Don't know why, but it happens sometimes. I think this might work. Pulling out my granddaddy's tools. Nope. Well, at least I can put this on. New little gasket washer, or washer gasket, or washer, or gasket. Whatever you want to call it. At least I got that on. But this may have to wait till tomorrow. So I have a few minutes before my wife comes out, but I picked up a new cover or cap for the oil filter, and I picked up this guy. So I'm hoping this guy, hope I didn't break something. Hoping this guy will help me get it off. It is not budging. I finally got it. Damn. It should not have been this way. Wow. Damn. Still don't want to come off. Okay, so I guess that does it. Now I can go inside. So this is the old one that I had trouble taking off, and this is the new one. And they look to be dimensionally the same, but the new one looks better, and I'm definitely not going to over torque it. I'm going to put it on. The new filter that I got did come with a new O-ring here. This also comes with it too. So I'm going to save these for new. Yeah, so it's a little O-ring, and I believe the O-ring goes on that screw. Actually, I'm certain it does because I have the old one, but I don't need it because I have the new one. So I'm going to go ahead and install it. Now, I'd be inclined to coat this with a little bit of oil, but it already seems to be coated. Just taking a quick look at the new and the old filter, make sure I'm not missing anything. And I don't think I am. Let's see. And this is where I started to have issues. This oil filter cap would not screw on. Well, I think I learned a lesson about these oil filter cap. This is the one that came off the car. I think it is a Hegel or some kind of brand name that sounds kind of German. Hengelsil, I don't know. But whatever kind it is slightly different than this one, which I believe is a Dorman. And I thought it's just an oil filter cap. It should work. But if you look closely, the lip on the one on the left is slightly bigger than the one on the right, and it's not allowing it to start threading properly. It's boogering them up. I put this one in, and it goes right in. Threads start right at the top, but these don't. I mean, I could try and shave it down, but I think I'm just gonna see if I can find one of these. I believe one of the local auto parts stores has one. It's not something I wanna take a chance on. So I am back at it. I ordered yet another oil filter cap. Found it on Amazon. We'll see if I can get it on. All right, let's see. Wait, ha! And that is perfect. It goes right in. Let's see. The O-ring seat. Ah, this is perfect. This is perfect. Very happy day. So I'm just gonna pull it up until it fully seats. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so now it's there, and I'm just gonna make sure it's tight. On these, the O-ring is what seals it, not a rubber gasket on the face. So I'm gonna make sure that's tight, and I can finally fill up the oil. Yeah, that's tight too, and that also seals with an O-ring. Something else I have on order are hood struts. So I'm gonna use a stick, or a pipe rather. I think that'll work for now. And again, you can see the engine bay does need work. The whole cowl over there is missing, and it is just filthy. But I'm going to take care of some mechanical stuff, and then I'll do some cleaning and looking at things to really finish it off. But it looks like the engine oil cap is right here. And this thing takes 8.5 quarts. That is the most of any car I've ever owned. And I've owned a 454 Super Sport, which is a 7.4 liter. It's only a 4.8. I guess that sort of fits. And I think this is the dipstick. Is it the dipstick? It looks like it should be. And it makes sense it's right there beside the filler. Turns out it is, but it was just really stuck. And I think I got it filled to the right level. Yeah, I know it's gonna change once everything gets moving, but looks like I'm good. Since everything that I'm gonna do with the suspension in the back is done, I'm gonna go ahead and put the rear wheels back on and lower it. Waiting on some parts for the front, and I might drive it beforehand. But anyway, tonight I'm gonna get these wheels back on. Oh, these are big. I'm not front raising these bad boys. Not much room to get this one on. Oh. And I'm gonna torque them to 103 foot-pounds. Oh man, I gotta set the parking brake. So when I was driving the X5, I was getting a knock, and it sounded like it was coming from this side of the car whenever I would hit a bump, even a small one. I think it's coming from here. Let's see if I can duplicate it. So I started shaking everything, And the only thing that would move was this. I don't know if y'all can see that, but just me doing it with my hands should not be able to do it. This is a multi-thousand-pound vehicle. Yeah, look at this. And I did not have a 27mm socket to go in here to get it off. And I think an Allen key goes in there. But I'm gonna see if I can get it moving and get lucky and get this off. I probably won't replace it tonight, but I'm gonna see if I get lucky with the socket. Ha! Is it that easy? I think it is. I'll take it. Well, heck, if it's just this and this, I might try and do it tonight. So I'm putting a 21mm wrench on this side and a 21mm socket on this side. Let's see if I have luck. All right. Nice. And it looks to be the same situation up here. So I have the 21mm socket on the other side, and I'll put the wrench on this side and see if I have luck. Yeah. Moving nicely. Oh, that fell on my shin. It didn't hurt that bad though, just a little bit. I don't know of the best way to get this out, so I'm just gonna bang it, see if it comes out. No luck. All right, it's the next morning, and I would really like to get this out before I left for work. So I'm gonna try hammering it again. Man, I only needed a few more hits last night. So it's out. So this is the new one, purchased from you know where. Limforda. I think that's how you say that. And a quick sanity check to make sure that the new and the old look the same, and they do. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on. And I can even make this one make noise. Shouldn't be able to do that. So, don't know the proper order of operations for this. I'm going to try the opposite of the way I took it out. So sit that in there. Line this bad boy up. Nut on the other side, and same thing down here. Let's see, do you line up nicely? Not really. No, that is easy. So now I have to put some weight on it. I'm gonna see if I can jack up on some of these. This is sketch. Told you. A better idea and a lot less sketch would be to use this. Since I'm about done and I want to put weight on the other side, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this wheel on so I can take this off. That'll let it sit a little lower and I won't have to jack it up as high. I'm going to leave this jack stand in place, but I am going to lower it while I put weight on this. I'm going to leave the jack stand there just as a precaution. That looks a lot better. I am much happier with that. Yeah, we'll see if that clears the jack stand. Almost. I'm just going to have to remove the jack stand. Alright, so as a backup, the jack still is under it, but I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down. Alright, so that's tight. I'm going to tighten up this one and the other one. I'm going to take a brief intermission and look up some torque specs. So I'm going to go ahead and torque this down. Don't quote me on this, but something I found said 96 foot-pounds. So that's what I'm going to. And for this and this, it says 74 foot-pounds and then another 90 degrees. But it also says replace the nut and the bolt. I'm not replacing them because I don't have them on hand. But if this fixes my issue and I know I'm good, they're easy enough to come back in, throw some new ones in one at a time. But I'm going to tighten them according to spec. This is one of those things that I'd be done with if I had a lift. These angles are kind of awkward. And I wasn't convinced I torqued this one right, so I loosened it and I'm doing it again. And now it says another 90. I don't know if I'll get exactly 90, but I'll get close. That's hella tight. I might be reading the torque specs wrong, because that is super duper tight. All right, I might revisit that. I'm gonna call that good. So now I just gotta clean up, and hopefully tomorrow on the test drive there'll be no knocks, no warning lights will come on, and I can call this thing mechanically sorted. But yeah, it's my bedtime. Next time I'll continue the work by tackling some of the other smaller issues that this vehicle has. If you'd like to follow along, hit subscribe. If you would like to see the things I've already done to it, check out the playlist. Thanks for watching. Take care.